Hi everyone, Sharifa here with ST Law Office. I just wanted to come on for a few minutes to talk to you about some important updates. I released a video earlier talking about the fact that there is a hold on the application fee increase. That right now is temporary, and it's temporary until the court makes a final decision on a pending lawsuit regarding the fee increases. What I do advise is that you go ahead and submit your applications ASAP before we experience any other changes to the fee increase. At the end of the day, the court could go the opposite direction and decide that the fee increase is justified. So it doesn't mean that there is going to be a permanent hold on the fee increase. It means it's on hold for a couple months to maybe years, depending on how long the litigation goes on for. So go ahead, take action. Schedule a consultation with my office at 561-454-8889. Get on it ASAP and get started on your application, especially your adjustment of status application. So that's the application where you can apply for your green card while you're in the United States. So you change from one status to a green card holder, and your US citizenship applications. I also would like to give you another update on the public charge rule. So in the media, it's called the wealth test. The wealth test basically looks at your background to determine whether or not whether you're likely to become a public charge at any time. And public charge, whether you're or not you're a public charge, depends on whether you accept public benefits. So housing, in some cases, Medicaid or Medicaid, food stamps. So these are the what the immigration service does is they look at your background now. They look at your employment history, your age, your financial history, your family status, etc., to determine whether, based on all of those together, whether or not it appears as if you will end up getting public benefits in the future. It's very complex, and it requires more effort on the immigrant side, the applicant side, to ensure that they pass that public charge evaluation. So it's very important. And the reason why it's more complicated is because before, you basically had to just get a sponsor, usually the person that was filing for you, like your relative, to sign an affidavit of support, pledging to financially provide support to you for the next 10 years or until you become a US citizen. That was usually enough to convince the officer that you would not be a public charge. However, back in February, they changed that rule, and now they look at your background and not just it's called the affidavit of support. Not just that signed document that is required, but now in addition to that, they look at other aspects of your background and determine whether in the totality of evaluating your circumstances based on those factors, some of which I listed, whether you are likely to get a public benefit. They also, now to do that, they ask for a lot more information. So they ask for your credit history, your financial history, any debt in the past, any medical bills that you have, whether or not you have insurance, your household income and information, how many people are in your household. So it is, you have to make sure that you're providing the information that is going to put you in a better position. You don't want to be providing a shortage of information or providing maybe too much information. Get legal advice and get legal assistance to submit it. That's what I do. I prepare your application as well as to compile all the documentation that will uh, improve your chances of getting past that public charge determination. So they had suspended that during the COVID crisis. They had suspended it earlier on in the COVID crisis. And so nobody had to, the immigration officers were not going to look at any of that information, your background information. You simply had to provide the affidavit of support. However, based on another court um, order, it is back on. So there's a new form that has to be completed along with all the evidence supporting that you are not likely to be a public charge and showing your background. All of that is now required again. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you get the help you need to prepare a well thought out strategic um, packet, which will improve your chances of an approval. So I just received, in addition to that, I received um, an email update from the USCIS stating that the president has now ordered that the affidavit of support, they're going to shore up the affidavit of support to make more sponsors. So the sponsor is the relative that is sponsoring you who has signed that they will financially support you in that affidavit of support, that document that shows that they make enough money to support you as the immigrant applicant. They're going to make that document. They're going to um, tighten it up so that, or tighten up the system so that now the sponsor will face even harsher consequences as a result of not financially supporting the immigrant applicant. So, for example, if say your spouse, so say your spouse sponsored you, the wife, or say a parent sponsored you. So a parent sponsored you, and they signed that affidavit of support, basically saying committing to financially supporting you on for the next 10 years or until you become a US citizen. And then says something happened and you ended up getting Medicaid because your relative could not afford your medical expenses and you didn't have any insurance, and so you went for Medicaid and and incurred a bill that you were that the Medicaid paid on your behalf. Now, what it is, the new proposed rule, it hasn't been implemented yet, is saying is that they are now going to be working with the other agencies. So, for example, the Department of Health and Human Services, they're going to work with them to exchange information to determine what the sponsor is going to owe and to hold them accountable so that they can no longer be eligible to be a sponsor in future applications. So that is definitely going to serve as another barrier, once again, another barrier to make it more complex for immigrants to go from change their status over to a green card holder. So keep that in mind. Get your applications in before 90 days. Right now, the proposed rule will be implemented. The planned time is 3 months from now. So make sure that you get your legal advice and get your application in within the next 3 months to avoid anything like that. Hopefully, there will be some action taken to put a hold on that rule, the implementation of that rule, but do not count on it. So get your application in. My number is 561-454-8889. I can definitely assist you with your application. So your green card application here in the United States, if you are going to, chances are when you're, especially when a family member is is sponsoring you to get a green card, then that's where you have to be concerned with this new proposed rule that is set to be implemented in the next 90 days. So keep that in mind and give me a call to get the help you need. All right. I will be on now and then, so you'll see me giving you updates like this over the next, over some days. So if you would like to ask a question, just look out, follow my page, follow ST Law Office, and then stay tuned. Make sure you watch out for my lives, because as long as I'm live, I will answer your immigration questions um, that you submit in the comments. All right. So I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope this information is helpful to you. Okay. I'm looking forward to hearing from you to get started on that application and to get it in. All right. Have a good one, guys.